You know, farmers are genius about repurposing equipment and vehicles. And that is certainly the case with Brooks Dairy's service truck that covers the repair and maintenance chores for their operation located near Waupaca, Wisconsin. This unique service truck was created from a salvaged single-axle semi-truck and an ambulance service body that Ron Brooks discovered. Let's go talk to Ron about his creation. So Ron, you truly have an emergency vehicle when it comes to your service truck, and that's what the basis of this truck was. Now, you've had this for about 10 years. You got to tell me, this is a kind of a put-together deal, too.
It is.
So explain what we have here.
What you have is a single-axle semi that used to pull a ladder, a 100-foot ladder in Vancouver. And whoever built it was a gearhead because it has four-wheel air disc brakes, it has aluminum wheels, it has a 6-speed programmable transmission. So somebody built it right.
Yeah.
And then there's an emergency body on top of it that sat on a Marine base inside for 20 years.
Well, I was going to ask, the Marine insignia, or that came with it then?
No, that was separate. I bought 3 of those units.
Okay, 3. Why 3? Did they all come as a unit buy?
Yeah, I bought them for $200 a piece.
Seriously?
Yeah, so I couldn't pass it up. They were worth more than that as scrap.
Do you mind if I ask what the single axle semi sold
$500.
for? So you started out with all of $700.
$700.
And you married these together. Did you take you had to extend the frame out then?
Extended the frame a tad, added a bigger fuel tank. But other than that, just minor details.
In the cab itself, you actually have there's a lot of seating in there then.
Yep. It's not only our service truck, but sometimes it becomes a party vehicle. It has gone, we're competitive barefooters, so the top of this is diamond plate and you can actually sit on it, and there's a ladder going up there, so when we go to events like Barefoot Nationals, we can change clothes inside or keep our wetsuits inside and put lawn chairs up on top and get a bird's eye view of the event.
It's also a fun vehicle.
It can be, yes.
But if you have to take guys to the field, you can load them up in there too as
Absolutely.
well, right?
Yep. It's really handy to have that back seat. Mm-hmm. We have another truck just like this that has a water tank on it, the sister to this truck. And the same thing, but we took all the seats out of the back of that one just so we can put totes. And we can actually slide chemical totes or dry powders in the back. And then we use that for our spray truck.
One of the advantages of getting this salvage ambulance body, which was rigged for military use, is that it came equipped with high-pressure air tanks and electrical outlets and hookups.
There's an air system. This was made for filling SCBA tanks or fireman's tanks or scuba tanks.
Right.
Those are actually 7,000 PSI bottles.
My gosh.
So I don't need 7,000 PSI, so I just replumbed it and ran the truck's air compressor system into those tanks.
Oh, you don't have to have a separate generator compressor?
No, so I used the truck compressor and just plumbed it into those tanks.
Yeah.
So by the time I get to the field, the tanks are charged at 150 PSI, and with 4 bottles in there plus the frame rail bottles, I can run 1-inch impacts.
All day long?
No, not all day, but certainly until, I can get done whatever I need to get done.
Ron installed a diesel generator on his emergency vehicle, which feeds off the truck's existing fuel tanks. And then the generator sits on the opposite side?
Generator's front right corner.
Okay.
And that's diesel, so it doesn't have to have a separate fuel source. That's plumbed right into the truck's fuel tank. So it's just a small 5,000 watt diesel generator.
Right.
But
which was a smart move on your part to be able to figure out that was diesel. Another tip you'd give to other guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't put a gas generator in and just add the complexity. And then you have the danger of fumes in an enclosed compartment and a spark. I wired it in so it has electric start right from the truck's batteries. You don't have to have separate, So yeah, make it simple. Just run it on diesel, run it off the truck's electric system. Don't put a separate battery in, don't risk a spark. Certainly I wouldn't have a gas generator in an enclosed compartment like that.
The beauty of an ambulance body on Brooks' vehicle is that it provides an enclosed and climate-controlled workroom. the top part where you have the work area, that's enclosed, so you could actually do work in there in the field if it were raining.
Well, raining, or remember, we're at 44 degrees north latitude, so it gets a little chilly here once in a while. So the back has a separate heating and air conditioning system.
Oh, no kidding.
Separate from the cab, so you can create your own environment back there. It has a standalone heating and air conditioning system in there. So you can, yes, in the wintertime, if we're clearing fence lines or need to sharpen chainsaws, you can get in there in the warm, get your gloves off, get the chainsaws fixed or sharpened.
So Ron, did you have to do anything to decommission it as an emergency vehicle?
Nothing really decommissioned. All the lights and the sirens still work. The hardest thing was getting it licensed as a farm truck. Really? It has farm plates on it. And we had to send the DOT proof that it was actually a service truck. So I took pictures one day when it was out in the field and we were welding by a tractor. I said, wait a minute, I took a step back and I said, this is perfect. So I got pictures of it, and when they got the pictures, they said, oh, it really is a service truck. So they gave it farm plates.
You have a dairy, fairly sizable dairy. Zoe, your daughter's back, kind of operating, well, she's the...
Not kind of, she is.
She is the chief operating officer for your, and your dad's in the operation as well, and his name's...
Doddridge.
Doddridge. You're heading out to the field here shortly to chop the fourth cutting hay crop when we're shooting this. That truck is the type of thing that you bring out if you have a repair to do in the field, right?
Yes. There's a certain peace of mind that comes along with knowing that pretty much any repair that we need to make, we can make. You know, hay is a fickle thing. It would make hay when the sun shines.
Right.
Time is of the essence, and we can have this in the field, re-weld, refix, fix a hydraulic hose, whatever needs to be done in a moment's notice. So there is a bit of peace of mind knowing that it's just sitting there at the ready.
Last year on the show, we featured a unique service truck created from a school bus by the Broughton family farm in Minnesota. And today we featured this unique service truck created from a semi-truck as well as an emergency body. I would love to hear about your service truck creation. You can contact me, Dave Mowitz, by going to the email address that you can find at agriculture.com/TV. I'll see you next time on another Top Shop Tour. Hi, I'm Dave Mowitz. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, hit subscribe right here if you haven't already, and click that little bell right here to be notified when we post a new video. And click here to see more great videos.